Welcome to the Knuckleheads of Liberty.
It seems like those accusing of misinformation are often the ones generating the misinformation. And case in point, we talked about it last time on Knuckleheads of Liberty, on our Knucklehead Noise Patrol last time. And it had to do with Biden and his trying to redefine on the fly what a recession is. 2 quarters of negative growth has always been the accepted definition, and it's even been used by Biden himself in pointing at Trump when Trump was president. So, I mean, this is nothing new, and suddenly, because this it's an inconvenient truth for the Biden administration that he's in a recession when so many people thought that things would be in a bit of a boom for him coming out of COVID. Now he is literally just trying to, kind of say the dog ate his homework or something. He's trying to say that, well, it depends upon what you call a recession. So maybe we could get the visual up there. So the White House spokesperson, literally, just as she won't define what a woman is, she won't define what a recession is now either. She just says, I know we're not in one. So... But she, when pressed, she literally refuses to define what a recession is, and then cites other sources to go ask them. Mostly this National Bureau of Economic Research, the NBER, is what she's referring to, which is a government entity. So anyways, we're going to jump into a few more issues on that, but let me kick it over to you guys right away. What do you guys think about this? I mean, this is just absolute lunacy. You don't like the argument, you just change the words on the fly so that you don't have to confront the argument.
Well, yeah, let's listen to what the NBER says in their Q&A section when the question is, what indicators does the committee use, talking about NBER, the committee, she says, they go by to determine peak and trough dates. Okay, so these are the dates that when when a recession occurs, if you're going to have one, or a trough in the economic activity. So they talk about the determination of them is based on a range of monthly measures of aggregate real economic activity published by federal statistical agencies. Then they go through a list of a few of them, things like payroll non-farm payroll employment, personal consumption, so on and so forth. The last sentence says it all. And I read to you, quote, there is no fixed rule about what measures contribute information to the process or how they are weighed in our decisions. So essentially, they just make it up as they go along. So the NBER, this agency, I guess a federal government agency, probably paid for by taxpayer money, I'm assuming, is just totally winging it. They have no basic. I mean, if you can't come up with a date of the trough, then how do you know when the recession began or ended? Correct? Right? Exactly. If you have no rule, and they admit they have no rules about how to determine that.
Well, and Tim, it sounds very much like this is saying, look, we're the shepherds. We're not going to give you sheep any objective measures to think for yourself. Right. Just have faith in what we're telling you.
Trust us. Yeah, this is religion. Trust us. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. But Tim, that information that you just read is that recent wordage, or was that there previously? Previous to this whole controversy.
This was.
Defining recession.
It was, I can't remember the month, but it was in 2021 because they were given examples of 2020 basically examples of how they basically had nothing to say. So then if you read the whole thing, every word, all they're saying is that they have nothing to say, basically, because they have no criteria whatsoever.
But you see,
it was in 2021. It was not recent. It was not like, oh, they came up with this because of Biden. They've always. I think Biden just wanted to use them because they had no standards, and they admit they have no standards. They have no rules by which they determine dates of a trough or a peak in economic activity. No, none. Nothing. So basically, they're free to call whatever they want a trough or call it a peak. Maybe the peak is a trough and the trough is a peak. They don't
Who the
care.
hell knows? Who the hell knows? So which really raises the question, the very interesting question. If the NERB, I think is what
no, NBER.
NBER.
Yeah.
If they don't know whether we have a recession or not, and the administration is saying that we are not in a recession, how the hell do they know that?
Yeah.
If the people that they are selling us to, they're telling us to go talk to these people, they don't have anything to tell us whether we are in a recession or we're not in a recession. But the Biden administration, who are using these people as their source, is telling us we are not in a recession. How the hell do they know?
Well, yeah. I mean, I can't think of a better agency to send people to for a definition when the agency itself has no definition. I mean, wouldn't you send them to that agency if you didn't want a definition for a recession because you don't want to be pinned down as having been presiding as president over a recession? Well, of course, you want to send them to someplace that has zero rules by which to establish when a recession occurs.
Well, well, I was just going to say, it sounds very much like post hoc storytelling. They see what comes in, and then they'll tell you whatever whatever fits the narrative afterwards that best comes out for them.
Based on what party is occupying the White House.
Exactly, and it's quite interesting to see the media, and big tech and left-wing economists doing everything they can to protect the Biden administration. Paul Krugman saying, no, it doesn't matter, we are not in a recession. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, always and forever.